Persona fans are pedophile. When we think of bad video game fan bases, a couple come to mind. But in reality, they all got the same problems. Every fan base got their bad apples. This is different. It's sinister and sick. Everybody knows what's good, but no one's saying anything. Why isn't anyone saying anything? I've had the displeasure of being a Persona fan for the past couple years, and it's really easy to run into some degeneracy. Waifu wars, people getting a little bit too invested and excited in these fictional teenage relationships, the sexualization of and a lot worse. So what has the community done to combat these issues? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Can you guess how many big creators talked about this issue? Zero. Yo, I must be tripping. Wait, hold on. I'm pretty sure millions of people play this game series, with thousands of YouTube channels dedicated to it. You mean to tell me that not a single big creator has made a video on this subject? I got a couple theories. People don't want to start anything up, but most importantly, people don't want to hurt their pockets. But guess what? I don't got any pockets. And even if I did, I'd still be talking about it because I'm not a coward like you. In the words of Redman, let's get dirty. Here's the game plan. We're going after every argument these folks like to make and dismantle the whole thing. From the bottom up, they're gonna fall like a house of cards. The most common clapback is that it's not real. Oh, it's not real. I didn't know that. I thought summoning demons was a daily part of life. Of course I know it's not real. But guess what is? Your actions. When you touch yourself to depictions of and look at them with lustful eyes. A bunch of grown men and women bending over backwards, trying to justify themselves, to make themselves feel better about what they're doing. That's not the only thing though, but also defending the harmful writing that's in these games. Persona fans seem to think that as long as a woman is attractive enough, she could get away with being a predator.
Life really is a roller coaster, isn't it? I went from being a teacher to being a maid to dating a high school student.
In Persona 5, you get to take down a predator that's running a gym class in your high school. Later on, when the options become available, you could choose to date another predator that was inside the same high school that arc took place in, alongside with many others. P5 surprises me with how much trash writing it has, but Persona fans like to argue against it. They got a loophole. They said that just because it's there doesn't mean it's canon. You're the ones pressing the buttons. You're the ones initiating these conversations with these predators. Think about what I just said though. It's in the game's code for these adult women to be sexually available to your protagonist, which is how old? It's written in their character. That's what we call a character flaw. And Atlus loves these types, and you could even play as one. In 2023, Atlus re-released a game from 2008 called Persona 3 Portable. In its original release, you could date someone that's years old. What do you think Atlus did with this re-release? You think they cut it? Because they didn't. It's still left in the game. In 2023, you could romance a and people were saying that, oh, you should leave it in for preservation's sake. Stuff like that doesn't need preservation. It needs to get axed. It's one thing to have some weird fans, but the devs? Atlus themselves? What if I told you they had a hand in creating and attracting these types of people? Atlus loves shoving these predators into every single Persona game. It's pretty much become a tradition. Some traditions need to die. They need to die along with some hot spring scenes.
Oh, I see. So, the truth comes out now, huh?
I'm not interested in this. Who is this series made for? I'll tell you who it's made for. 17 plus, 17 plus, 17 plus. If you're 17, you got some leeway. But the older you get, the weirder this behavior becomes. At what point do you say to yourself, damn, tugging my on is getting kind of boring. I kind of want to move on with my life. Dude, you don't understand. Japan is different. You can marry your first cousin and read Lolly at Pokemon Cafe. Japan's cool, but it's not without its problems. Just like every other place on Earth. Let's not pretend that they're saints.
Now please get off me.
I'm sorry, what was that I heard? Did you just tell your sister to help you get off?
Well, look what I found here. A Persona fan. Let's see what they gotta say. They said, damn, this little sis is diabolical. If you're pointing out cultural differences between US and Japan, if you're looking at state-by-state basis or researching Romeo and Juliet laws, you're officially doing too much. You're doing Olympic level mental gymnastics. All for what? For this. But fine, if you want to get technical, let's get to it. At this point, these people are backed up into a corner. They don't got much left, but they do got a couple tricks. They love pulling this one out. They say, well, what about shooting games? If I play shooting games, does that make me a violent person? No. You're actually right about that, dumbass. But if you played a shooting game and bought a gun and bragged about how much you want to open fire into a crowd, maybe you should get looked at. This one's a lot darker and an even bigger leap in logic. I've seen this used before, believe it or not. This is harmful to actual abuse victims. Harmful? Me calling you out is harmful to them. You don't care about actual abuse victims. If you truly did, you wouldn't be doing half the stuff you've been doing. This one's a classic. You're projecting. How dare you project your dirty thoughts onto my virgin brain? You're probably worse than me. Check his hard drive. Any person that has been a part of the community for more than 2 minutes knows how messed up this is because it's unavoidable. And let's just say you didn't pay attention to the community online. It's in the games. It's not no vaporware. I'm not making this stuff up. On topic of community and content creators, because they're involved in this too, pay attention to how some of these people speak. Because if you thought that what they said was a little weird and just said, nah, I was tripping, no, you weren't tripping.
All right, friends, today we're going to be going over catchy hate comments. It's been 2.5 years since I initially simped for this man.
Stuff like that can't fly no more, guys. It's enough giving benefit of the doubts to these people. Press these content creators too. You got a voice, believe it or not. Ask them, what do you mean by that? Can you clarify?
I love how quick people are to forgive murderers when they're good looking. Oh, he's not even that hot.
False alarm, guys. She don't find him that hot. Just a little bit. Yo, either I'm tripping, bro, or people are getting way too comfortable on the internet. There's something to be said about anime and otaku culture. It's like these folks got made fun of, right? And instead of self-reflecting, they say, nah, I'm alright with that, bro. I'd rather be socially unaware for the rest of my life. Here's a concept. You could like anime and play anime games and still be normal. It's cool to be weird, but the weird that you are is detrimental to yourself and others around you. These companies are taking advantage and capitalizing on these weirdos. They know what they're doing. That's why they put this dating sim mechanic in every single game too, except that they don't. Except that they only put it in games where you play as a high school student and can date high school chicks, but not when you play as an adult in games like Soul Hackers 2 and Metaphor. Huh. Isn't that strange? Of course you can make the argument and say that not every Atlas game has to have dating sim elements. I agree with that, but the pattern here is consistent. And it says something about Atlas. They're not innocent, and neither are Persona fans. Does the larger community want to actually exile these people? I'm not so sure. All I see is jokes and memes being made, and it's not enough. This community is guilty until proven innocent. It's not a good look, and it's not much else to say. Once all their options fail, they have one more thing to say to you. Stop playing Persona. Play SMT instead. I won't play SMT instead of Persona just because I see you guys online having a circle jerk, talking about underage characters and all that. You want me to interact with this stupid ass content? You want me to turn my brain off and separate my morals from my head actively while I'm engaging with the shits? Newsflash, you can't do that unless you're clinically brain dead, unless you're a vegetable. Do you know how insignificant this stupid ass little dating sim element is? For people who haven't played Persona and haven't done that dating sim shit, all you get at the end of the day is a kiss in your room, and this is what people are defending. It's insignificant, an afterthought that goes nowhere, and people go cuckoo for it because they can't control their perversion and lust. You're gonna look me dead in my face and tell me that Persona is a dating sim. That is a big part of the Persona games. It's not. It's a big part of the culture in the fan base, but within the games, it's nothing. It's dirt. I don't think you'd know that because you don't play these games. The whole meme about Persona fans not playing the games is actually true, because this is proof of it. I play for the good gameplay, flashy visuals, cool menus, lotus juice, music, story, characters I love. You're playing Persona for a game mechanic that barely exists to get your nut off, but you want to tell me to stop playing the series because I'm making you uncomfortable, that I'm calling you out for it? You want me to stop cock watching? No! When you're on Rule 4, I'ma be there. When you're sitting in Discord with your lame ass friends, I'ma be there. And when you least expect it, it's just small shit like that. It goes by so quick. Like, if you don't pay attention, it just slides underneath the rug. I hate these fucking anime people, bro. I hate these fucking incels, bro. They're not getting away from me.